Today we're making a praline cake with lots of layers, praline cream, cocoa cream, praline on top of the cocoa cream, and crunchy cake layers. Incredible texture. Hi, I'm Robert, and today's recipe will result in an 18 cm cake, very tall, about 3 kilograms. Let's get started, and this time we begin with the creams. The vanilla cream is one you already know, but I've slightly modified. I put 225 grams of milk in a small saucepan and heat it. While the milk was heating, in a separate bowl, I combined 6 egg yolks, 20 grams of cornstarch and 90 grams of sugar. I removed 10 grams, so about 10% of the sugar, because the cake is already quite sweet and I wanted to balance it a bit. I also added 8 grams of vanilla, or however much vanilla you use depending on the type you have. Using a whisk, I mixed and homogenized the dry ingredients with the egg yolks. I poured the hot milk over the egg yolk mixture to temper it. Then I returned everything to the saucepan and cooked it over medium to high heat, stirring continuously. From the moment it starts boiling, keep it on the heat for about 30 seconds until it becomes glossy and thickens significantly. Once the cream is ready, I transfer it to a larger bowl, cover it with plastic wrap directly on the surface, and refrigerate it until very cold. We don't add butter at this stage, you'll see we'll add it later. The second cream for this cake is a cocoa cream, similar to the vanilla one, but with slightly different quantities. In the same saucepan I heated 240 grams of milk. While it was heating in a separate bowl, I mixed the dry ingredients: 16 grams of cornstarch, 16 grams of cocoa powder, and 90 grams of sugar. Again, I removed about 10% of the sugar. In another bowl, I separated 4 egg yolks. Since cocoa tends to form lumps, I first mixed the dry ingredients thoroughly and then gradually added the hot milk, little by little, until I obtained a very thick paste. This thick paste breaks down any cocoa lumps, ensuring a smooth final cream. If you add all the milk at once, you'll almost certainly end up with lumps, and we don't want that. Over this paste, I added the egg yolks and mixed again until fully combined. I returned everything to the saucepan and cooked it over medium to high heat, stirring continuously until it started to boil, then keep it boiling for another 30 seconds. With the cocoa cream, you need to be a little bit more careful than with the vanilla cream, as it tends to stick to the bottom of the pan faster than you'd expect. Once ready, I added 120 grams of cold butter, preferably cold, but not all at once. Since it's quite a lot of butter, adding it gradually in 2 or 3 stages helps prevent the cream from splitting. Mix well after each addition. When the cream is finished, you can transfer it to a bowl and cover it with plastic wrap in contact, or, as I did, put it directly into a pastry bag and refrigerate it like that, since we'll use it straight from there. For the cake layers, I debated whether to make honey sheets or hazelnut dacquoise, but I chose the dacquoise because I wanted to intensify the hazelnut flavor in the cake. We need 8 layers of 18 centimeters each. I baked on a 32 by 32 centimeter silicone mat and made 3 large sheets, from which I cut out 8 layers of 18 centimeters. If you're using different pan sizes, you can use the recipe calculator on my website to adjust the quantities accordingly. For this silicone mold, I placed 165 grams of egg whites in the bowl of a stand mixer. I started whipping them, and once they began to aerate, I gradually added 110 grams of sugar, mixing at medium speed until I obtained a glossy, stable meringue with no visible sugar crystals. To the stabilized meringue, I added 53 grams of flour and 110 grams of roasted hazelnuts processed with a food processor. You can adjust the texture depending on how crunchy you want the layers to be. Process less for more texture, or more for a finer result. I gently folded everything together with a spatula to preserve as much air as possible. I spread the batter into the silicone mold, level it and bake it at 175 Celsius with fan for 17-18 minutes until nicely browned on top. After baking and cutting all the layers, I want to mention that some layers may not be whole. I assembled some from pieces. If they're placed inside the cake, it's absolutely fine and not a mistake. Ideally, most of the layers should be whole, but having one or two made from pieces is perfectly acceptable. Before assembling the cake, we need to finish the praline cream. I placed 200 grams of very soft butter into the bowl of a stand mixer. I even warmed it slightly over a water bath. I whipped it intensely until it became pale and fluffy. To the whipped butter, I added the chilled vanilla cream straight from the fridge and whipped again at high speed until very well aerated. Separately, I prepared a praline, which I didn't show because it's very simple to make and already filmed on the channel. You'll find the link in the top right corner. I caramelized 170 grams of sugar, let it harden on parchment paper, then processed it with 170 grams of roasted hazelnuts until I obtained a smooth, fluid paste. Again, you can adjust the texture depending on how crunchy you want it. From the praline, I set aside 150 grams in a piping bag for later and added another 150 grams to the whipped vanilla cream, whipping again to obtain the praline cream. Beautifully airy, flavorful, and with a slight crunch that I absolutely love. I transferred the cream into a piping bag and started assembling the cake. I placed an 18 cm ring on a cake board, lined it with acetate, and added the first layer. Over the first layer, I piped 175 grams of praline cream, followed by another layer. The second cream is 175 grams of cocoa cream, topped with 50 grams of praline, then another layer. I continued alternating praline cream layer, cocoa cream, praline layer, until all 8 layers were assembled. In total, there are 4 layers of praline cream and 3 layers of cocoa cream with praline on top. It's a bit complex, but you'll understand easily once you see it assembled. I might even draw a diagram. The cake is very tall, so I added extra acetate for height. You can of course make it shorter by reducing the number of layers to 6, with 3 praline layers and 2 cocoa layers. Just remember to adjust the quantities accordingly. I refrigerated the cake, covered with acetate for at least 6 hours or overnight. Then it's time for decoration. For the outer coating, I made a chocolate cream cheese frosting. In the mixer bowl, I whipped 135 grams of butter with 19 grams of powdered sugar. The butter very soft, almost melted, until very fluffy. Then I added 335 grams of cold cream cheese and mixed briefly until combined. Finally, I poured in a slightly cooled ganache and mixed until smooth and spreadable. I leveled the cake with this cream. As always, my decoration isn't very fancy, but I know you're much better than me at this. You can send me some photos, tag me on Instagram, and inspire me too. And that's our cake. All that's left is to enjoy it. Enjoy! For more recipes like this, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram for lots of useful tips.